I was lucky enough to see Wish a couple days early. Is it any good? Let's find out right now.
I'm talking. I am talking. Ha! Who knew my voice would be this low?
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. As I said in the intro, I'm going to be reviewing Wish today. It's coming to theaters this Thanksgiving. Before we get started, make sure to like this video. Helps out a lot. And I'm going to read a quick plot synopsis just so you guys know what the movie is about. Wish will follow a young girl named Asha who wishes on a star and gets a more direct answer than she bargained for when a troublemaking star comes down from the sky to join her. Alright, so before we get into Wish, I do kind of want to talk about Disney and Rotten Tomatoes at the moment, because I think the last Disney animated film, if I'm correct, was Strange World from last year. I think Strange World was really weak from Disney, like extremely weak. It was like the lowest Disney box office for an animated film, I think, yet. It did not make a lot of money. I'm not even going to blame COVID on that. I'm blaming the quality, the marketing on that movie, and just Disney as a whole was kind of just out of the loop last year on that. And this one isn't as great as I wanted it to be, but it's not as bad as Strange World. And it's not a bad movie overall. You know, last time I checked on Rotten Tomatoes, it had a rotten score, which is just kind of weird because you don't really see that many Disney animated movies get Rotten Tomatoes, rotten scores. I think this was like the first one. I'm not sure what Strange World got, but I think it's just proven my point that critics are just being so hard on movies after COVID. Like after COVID, you see a lot more blockbusters get rotten scores, just like we had the Marvels, we had Eternals. And, you know, those movies shouldn't have rotten scores. If you think about, like, things that are so much worse don't have rotten scores from before COVID. It's crazy how critics have gotten so much harder on movies nowadays. I'm not really understanding that, because I would not give this a Rotten Tomato if I had, like, the choice, because I'm not Rotten Tomatoes certified. So if it was my choice, it wouldn't have a rotten score. I think this one is, you know, a decent film. I think kids will have a fun time for this one. So it's just interesting how Disney is going right now. Disney animated films, they're kind of not landing as high as I want them to land. But the cast of this film is pretty good. We had Ariana DeBose played Asha. Last time I saw Ariana DeBose, she was in West Side Story. She was amazing in that. I think she won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress. Here, she's pretty good. Asha as a character, though, I can't really say I connected with her too much. She wasn't the greatest character. I think every character in here wasn't too great. I mean, the development of these characters wasn't the best, because it's a really short movie, only an hour and a half, so there's not a lot of development. You get right into that story, you get moving pretty fast, so you really go through this story at a very quick pace. I think this movie might have needed another like 20 minutes for me to really ingest everything, for me to really get to know all these characters, because, you know, Asha has 7 friends. I mean, I guess you could call them like the 7 dwarves, because they really go for a lot of Disney references in this one, because this one is like the Disney 100. This movie even started with like a Mickey Mouse celebration at the beginning with Walt Disney, so that was pretty cool. But they went for a lot of references in here. It was really noticeable. I wouldn't say it really affected the quality, but it kind of just took me out of the movie for a little bit. The kind of 7 dwarfs friends thing was pretty cool, but if I can't connect to any of those characters, and then I don't really see a point to do it. But this movie might have it might have the upper hand on Snow White in 2025. It might do the 7 Dwarfs better than Snow White in 2025. We'll see how that movie does when it comes out. Hopefully it's better than the first image we got. Chris Pine, though, plays the villain King Magnifico. That's actually a great name for a king. I absolutely love that name. Chris Pine, I think Chris Pine's awesome. You know, he's one of my favorites. He had Dungeons and Dragons come out this year, which I really enjoyed. Such a great movie if you haven't seen it. I really actually did like King Magnifico a lot here. I mean, he is kind of like the villain, part of the second act, but he's a bad guy. But, you know, I didn't really, you know, I kind of want to talk about the songs for a second. I didn't really think all the songs were that memorable, which is kind of disappointing for a Disney film, because you kind of go to these films for the songs, for them to be memorable and all that. You know, all the classic Disney films have a lot of classic songs now, because they're also memorable. None of the songs I really connected with or will listen to after this. One song, though, that I really did like was Chris Pine's song. I forget the name already, but it's when he's talking about the wishes and all that. And it's just a great song from Chris Pine. I really did like it a lot. He has a great voice. That's really the only song that stuck with me, even though Ariana DeBose has a great voice. Like her a lot. The songs weren't that catchy for me, except Chris Pine's really one big song that's already been released, talking about the wishes and all that. And as we're talking about wishes, I kind of want to go over the story just a little bit more. This story is about, you know, these people on this island are wishing for stuff, and King Magnifico can make them come true if he wants to. And the thing is about the wishes, though, once you make the wish to King Magnifico, you can't really remember it. You don't remember it anymore, so that really that affects you in a big way, kind of takes that wish from you. So I found this to be a pretty interesting storyline that they went to go with here. And you know, King Magnifico has the choice to make these dreams come true and to not make them come true. And he kind of it goes by his opinion, which is kind of interesting. And he said in the movie he's only made like 14 wishes come true that year. I feel like it's a pretty interesting story that they went with here, because you know, wishes are a big thing, kind of going off to the dream aspect kind of thing. But I kind of wish they did more with it. You know, I love the little like story that they're going on here, and the little details that they're going on here with that. But I mean, they didn't go too much in depth on this, probably because it is a kids movie, so they didn't want to make it too complicated for the kids. And King Magnifico's kind of turn into evil wasn't anything special for me, but I think kids will enjoy this one a bit. The animation here, you know, the animation here is pretty good. It combines like 2D and 3D animation into like kind of like a watercolor kind of style. The animation though isn't really for me. It's not something that I'll really gash over, you know, geek about. I wish it was better, but you know, I think the animators did a great job on it. It's just not that type of animation that I really enjoy. So I'm not really going to say it's bad, but it's just not animation for me. I think a lot of people will enjoy this animation if they like that style, but the animation just isn't for me. It just wasn't connecting for me at all. It didn't really make things feel alive like Disney's other movies. So the animation didn't really work for me, but I think it will work for some other people. As I said, the cast did a great job. I think the ending is pretty good, but I thought that the movie moved a little too fast for me. So overall, Wish is another Disney animated film that I think is a decent win for them. It's not a great film for me, let's say. I think this one will do pretty good at the box office though, better than Strange World, but I just wish the film was a little bit better for me. I didn't enjoy it. You know, I didn't think it was that great. I did enjoy it a decent bit, but it's not going to land those at that great tier for me this year. You know, the cast did a great job. Animation wasn't for me. Some songs I liked, but overall, I wish it was just a bit better. So Wish, I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. Let me know if you guys are going to go watch this during Thanksgiving. Did you watch it? Leave your thoughts down below in the comments. Make sure you like this video, as I said, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.